One thing that's unique, by the way, is you don't charge the members.
Yeah,
Ha-
You don't
what's
charge
free
for
in
membership.
this world? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing is free in this world.
Except for being a South Lake Paddle Club member.
That's amazing. But yet we're
Yeah.
still able to do some things and have some events. And I mean, you've come up with this. Well, I'll let you speak to it, but the members are not out any cost to be a part of this club.
That's right. Yeah. My friends call me crazy. Friends that aren't part of this club, they're like, okay, what? You're spending all this time, you're not making any money?
It's not just your
Well,
friends.
yeah, it's people inside the club too. I know. What are you doing? You know, this is a passion project for me. I never thought it would make me a dollar. That I never went into it with that thought. And I remember telling Sean and Joe, let's do this for as long as we can without charging anybody. And it doesn't cost a whole lot, right? We have a Sign Up Genius subscription. We've got a MailChimp subscription for sending emails out. I mean, it just didn't cost a whole lot. And we weren't doing big events. We were all at the park that we use is free thanks to Southlake. It's an open park. So it got to a point where, I don't know, 6, 7 months in, and we really started to think about one of our foundational thoughts, which was giving back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you do that? Well, you can run pickleball tournaments. You can actually roll up your sleeves and go get involved with, community charity, nonprofits that are in our backyard. There's a lot of ways to give back. We can just give money. We can write checks, but we didn't have any money to do that, right? So we came up with the idea at that point. We need to do sponsorship. And Karen, you're on the board. This took us a while to kind of get to this point. We thought, well, let's do bronze, silver, and gold sponsorships and charge them differently, and we'll do cool things differently. And I think I finally came up with this. I just said, listen, let's just keep this really simple, because the more sponsors that we have, the more work it will be on our board. And no one's getting paid here, and we're already super busy with our lives. So why don't we just keep it really simple, have one level of sponsorship. We finally landed on the term or the word platinum sponsor, and that was going to be $5,000. And we sat down multiple times figuring out, okay, what can we give a company in Southlake that they'll pay $5,000 for? I mean, we need to give them some pretty cool stuff, right? And we put together a pretty neat list. I won't go through all that. And then our first sponsor was Joe Caniglio. He's the managing partner at Greenberg Churg in Dallas. And he's like, well, I'll jump in. I'll do it. And that's basically was the first one. And then we brought on an orthopedic surgeon group. That's TOS Orthopedics. And then we brought on a bank, Regional Texas Bank, or Texas Regional Bank, which is Mimi Tran. And then we have brought the Assad group on, which is a real estate group. And that's Kim and Mark Assad. And then we just recently brought on Curis Functional Health, which is a chiropractic group. So Karen is you can probably speak to this more than I can, Karen. I mean, the reason that we sought them out, it wasn't like you didn't have to have like 500 transactions to kind of make your money back. You could just do a few potentially, or maybe even one, and get your money back. I mean, you can speak to that.
Right. Well, I mean, I think what we're offering is they spend that on magazine ads, right? And you're sitting there in a magazine next to your competitor. We're giving them exclusive marketing through our club, through all of our different communication channels. I mean, that's very unique, and also I think we've gone above and beyond even what we contracted by naming our events, naming our events after the sponsors. I love seeing the sponsors come out to our challenges and meeting folks and giving their swag away. I reviewed some of that today. That was really cool, seeing some of those videos. And it's a really neat way to give back to, like you said, community. But, it also just by servicing the businesses that are in our community, right, in that manner. But you said something, we skipped a step because we became a nonprofit ourselves in order to be able to do this too. So it's like, I mean, it's just a win-win situation for our sponsors and for our club, because our club gets access to some really cool partners that we've made through these sponsorships. I mean, it's not like we've even said no to some sponsors, right? It wasn't about the money. It was about having the right fit for the club.
Yeah, it's really been incredible how it's all worked out. And we have said no to some people, But the people that we've said yes